Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most benevolent, the most merciful. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All praise due to the Lord of the worlds. Rabbi Gfirli, may God forgive me. And may God forgive us for the sins that we are conscious and unconscious of. A'udhu billahi shaitanir rajeem. May God protect us from the cursed one and ignorance. Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. May God guide us to the direct path. Okay. The title of tonight's episode is Waiting Your Whole Life for Your Whole Life. The idea to me initially means somebody who is waiting their whole life to comprehend or reach that moment of the fulfillment of the whole life. As a Muslim, when I die, I will be in a process of review, and I will see my whole life. And it would be that moment where I was waiting my whole life for my whole life. That's one way it could mean. But to be honest, these titles are to point to a collective matter. And to me, to change the mood here, I just truly wonder what's going to happen. On some level, I'm just fascinated by it all. I'm fascinated by what will happen to me, by what will happen to you, by where or how far our efforts will go, and in some sense, how do we all return to our Creator? They asked Muhammad Ali, this boxer, it was like on this video online, on YouTube, and this young girl comes up to Muhammad Ali and says, Muhammad Ali, what are you going to do when you retire? And Muhammad Ali gave a next level response, but to kind of summarize it for you, he pretty much said, I have 21 years left to prepare to meet my Creator. I think Abrahamic faiths do acknowledge the higher power, and they acknowledge returning to that power. For me, there's a way where I give these talks where I'm talking about the species, I'm talking about the advanced civilization, I'm talking about the system admin. But these are what I feel should be said. There are moments in my life where it all slows down. It's as if reality is waiting. It's like I'm waiting for the world to make the first chess move, and the world is waiting for me to make the first chess move. Yet it doesn't matter because there's so many chess moves made. I'll give you tonight, a different version of me. The version of me that understands everything is at the mercy of the system admin, but the version of me where it is more how my ego is. And I don't want to say it's anger or chaos, or it's not rage anymore. I've outgrown rage. But it's like if somebody, if the system admin was like, do you want to go live in the future? I'd say yes. I am bored in 2025. And you could bring the most exciting thing in front of me and I will still tell you I am bored. They don't tell you this, but when you really go looking at existence, you start to see patterns. Then you start to see the patterns you've been living through, and then you start to see how your soul is standing compared to how your mind and body think it should. If God wasn't here, let me say it this way. Right now, I'm very grateful that there's bigger things than human stuff only, okay? So first, let me say it this way. Right now, there is a higher power here. So God is here. Since God is the most advanced, intelligent position of power, your task is to communicate with that. So it's like, what do you do in a world with a higher power? Notice it. Honor it. But then let's say if there was no higher power, then I would come to the civilization and say, okay, the next thing after that is human beings. It's kind of like God is a power beyond human imagination. After that, we come to human imagination. So it's like discover God, notice God. That's the first important. If that, let's say that's either done or was not, let's say that option wasn't there, the most important thing you can do is build an advanced civilization. I'm telling you, you'll come to this conclusion. Now, let's say if you couldn't build an advanced civilization, then the thing you would do then would be to be the most advanced self. Build the most advanced. Sorry, I'm missing something here. First, it's the most advanced. First relationship is with the system admin. So your first responsibility as a human is to have an advanced relationship with the most advanced power in your world. That's the system admin. Second thing is having, think of it this way, having a relationship with the most advanced power, then having a relationship with the most advanced world, then having a relationship with the most advanced species, then having a relationship with the most advanced self. Do you understand? That means you're missing some things right now as a human being. And you might be like, what am I missing, Mr. Within? And I'll be like, you're missing an advanced self, an advanced species, an advanced world, and an advanced system admin, the most advanced. You're missing these four things. And ask yourself, who would you be and where or what kind of world you would be in if these four areas were advanced. I want you to imagine. This is probably going to be one of the coolest things somebody tells you to imagine. I want you to right now for a moment just I guess honor me and it's just an exercise in abstraction. I'm going to say it, whoever wants to do it, do it. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And for one moment, I'm not physically there, but imagine I've put my hand on your left shoulder and you've sat down. And I tell you, what is your most advanced self look like? Or what is it like? You know, there's a topic called dreams, like, yo man, that person has dreams. But now Mr. Within is consciously asking other human beings, what is your most advanced self look like? For example, somebody might be like, I don't know, my most advanced self is like half human, half cyborg, and I have like updates and stuff in my brain or something. To some, it could be that. To some, their most advanced self could just be somebody who's healthy. That's pretty advanced. Or somebody who has next level problem solving abilities. See, it's up to you, but I'm saying wonder about the most advanced version of you. And once you've done that, probably you can't see an image to it if you're honest, but whatever, you can feel it, the most advanced version of yourself. And now I want you to ask yourself, what does the most advanced version of the species looks like for you? That means imagine me and everybody else other than you was their most advanced self. So you're the most advanced. Imagine every other human being is their most advanced self. Now, what would that species look like? Do you know? This is important. Trust me. You might think there's no point to this, but it's the main point of why we're here. So after you've wondered about what your most advanced self is like, you're like, okay, then what is the most advanced, species look like? Everybody else's most advanced version. And then what does the most advanced world look like for myself and everybody? Do you understand? So we went 3 layers. What's your most advanced self? What does that look like to you? What does your most advanced species look like? And what is your most advanced world? And what is your most advanced relationship with the system admin? To be honest, if they tell me, hey man, are you in a world? I'll be like, it looks like a world. But I'm actually attending a meeting. This might sound bizarre, but I'm waiting for the system admin. I'm waiting for God. Sorry, guys. I need a 5-minute break. I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to ask questions in the chat section and include yourself in this lecture. You know, what can I say to you? What can I say to the human species to activate it? How can I make every person realize that there is something beyond them to live for? Now, I cannot ignore that I am in the presence of the system admin, as we all are. I cannot ignore I am inside a divine surveillance state, and I've accepted it and it's okay. From one angle, life has become, you know how they say, put your affairs in order? I'm trying to live the best life I can, and pretty much I've lived as a self. I've served myself. And then I have, these talks are like a way of me serving my species. And then I still have to go and serve the world, probably plant trees or find some ingenious way to accelerate forestation or something. And then it's what I have decided I will do to the end of my life, which is pray to the system admin. You see, there is a difference between those who are close to God and those who are not. And what God in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises is that for man to be patient. Because the patience is the test. That means we are all being tested right now. And I also here am being tested. And when I ask myself truly, what are you being tested on being? You should know because you're here. You've come to the test room. I am being tested on my momentary conduct, how I carry myself, and what I'm looking at. What can I say from the historic terrace of 2025? A tired soul at the end of the day who's turned on the microphone feeling as if there's something important that needs to be done. Sorry guys, this was on mute. I think it might have been on mute for 10 minutes. I might have, I don't know, I messed up here. I was about to end the talk and then I realized it's on mute. So I gotta apologize. I don't know how much of it was not recorded, but anyways, I'll kind of quickly recap. I'm a little tired tonight too. Pretty much the title is Waiting Your Whole Life for Your Whole Life. We're wondering about the human being and what the human being is waiting for, and in some sense, what is the greatest things it can do. We classified those into 4 categories, where it's like to wonder about what your greatest self can do, what your greatest species can do, what your greatest world can do, and then what your greatest relationship with the system admin is. Because man is not the greatest, but he is in the presence of greatness. Now, this greatness is not just the might of status, it is also the intelligence of reality as it is presented. And the curiosity to wonder about your whole life, it's to wonder about again how it's concluding. This astonishes me more. If they're like, yo man, do you want to, like, meet your wife in the future who you haven't met yet? I'd be like, yeah, sure, that's like on the top of the list. But if they ask, do you want to clarify reality instantly? And I'll be like, that is very important, because our awareness to our world can shift our decision. That means it's kind of like there's a human way to live, and then there's something that's just being here that is watching all the different value systems. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I'm going to end the talk. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most benevolent, the most merciful. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All praise due to the Lord of the worlds. Rabbi Ighfirli. God forgive me. May God forgive us for the mistakes that we're conscious of and unconscious of. A'udhu billahi shaitanir rajim. May God protect us from the cursed one. May God protect us from ignorance. Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. May God guide us to the direct path. May the most advanced guide us in the most advanced way towards the most advanced. It's all returning to the original. The simulation's returning to the original. What you did in the simulation mattered. It mattered in accordance to what you were aware of. The greater your awareness, the greater the responsibility. The greater the responsibility, the more important of activation in reality. And so life goes forth. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.